Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to make sense of the stuff that sounds boring, but is actually where the real drama happens. Today we are diving into a really interesting filing from Spirit Aviation Holdings Incorporated. Now, I know what you might be thinking, a Form 8 tire sounds like it is going to be a snooze fest. But trust me, this one has got some crucial updates, especially considering what the company has been going through. If you want to stay ahead of the curve and understand the nitty-gritty of corporate moves, make sure you are subscribed. And hey, if you want to chat about these filings or just hang out with other finance geeks, come join our Discord community. The link is in the description below. So, what is this filing all about? Essentially, Spirit Aviation Holdings filed a current report, which is like a big announcement that something important has happened. And the most important thing that happened here is an update on their monthly operating report. Now, this might not sound super exciting, but when a company is in Chapter 11 bankruptcy, these monthly reports are like keeping a pulse check on the business. Spirit Aviation Holdings and its subsidiaries voluntarily filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy back in August 2025. That means they asked the court for permission to reorganize their debts and operations to try and become financially healthy again. It is a tough process, and these monthly reports are designed to keep everyone informed about how things are going during that reorganization. This particular filing is about their monthly operating report for the period that ended on the 31st of October 2025. Think of it like a snapshot of their financial health and operations during that month, all filed with the bankruptcy court. Now, the filing itself is essentially saying, hey, we submitted this big report to the court and you can see it if you want. It doesn't give us all the juicy numbers directly in this 8K, but it points us to where we can find them. The company is also being upfront about the limitations of this report. It was prepared for the bankruptcy court, not necessarily for investors to make big decisions. It also hasn't been audited by outside accountants and might have future adjustments. So, we need to take this information with a grain of salt, but it is still our best look at what is happening under the hood. It is also worth remembering that Spirit Aviation Holdings common stock used to be traded on the Nice American under the ticker symbol FLY. However, as of December 2025, the company filed to delist its shares from the Nice American. This happened after the company started trading on the OTC Pink Limited market as of September 2025. Delisting typically means the stock is no longer traded on a major exchange, which can make it harder for investors to buy and sell it, and it often signals serious financial trouble. The company does include a cautionary statement about looking at forward-looking statements. They're basically saying that the future is uncertain, and a lot of things could go wrong. They list risks, like the company's ability to get court approval for their plans, the high costs associated with bankruptcy, and the possibility of losing key employees because of the uncertainty. This is standard language in a bankruptcy filing, but it highlights just how challenging the path ahead will be. They're also reminding us that past performance is not a guarantee of future results, which is always a good reminder. Now, while this 8K doesn't give us the direct financial tables, the fact that they are filing a monthly operating report during bankruptcy and have delisted from a major exchange tells us a lot. It is a clear signal that Spirit Aviation Holdings is in a serious fight for survival. Looking at the broader picture, when a company goes into Chapter 11, it means their debts have become overwhelming. They can't pay their bills as they come due. The bankruptcy process allows them to pause those payments and work with creditors to create a new plan. This monthly report is their way of showing the court and creditors that they are still operating and trying to move forward. The big question is always whether they can successfully restructure and emerge from bankruptcy as a viable business. The failure to maintain listing on a major exchange like the Nice American is a big red flag. It means the company likely couldn't meet the exchange's financial or listing requirements, which are often tied to financial stability and market capitalization. Trading on an over-the-counter market like OTC Pink is usually a sign of a much smaller, less regulated, and often more speculative investment. So, what is the story here? Spirit Aviation Holdings is in the midst of a major financial restructuring. This filing is an update on their progress, or at least their attempt to show progress, in bankruptcy court. The decision to delist from the Nice American is a significant event, indicating a shift to a less visible and potentially more volatile trading environment. Investors should be very cautious. The monthly operating report is their attempt to demonstrate they are still a going concern, but the road ahead is undoubtedly filled with significant challenges. Ultimately, my take on this is straightforward. Spirit Aviation Holdings is facing very tough times. The bankruptcy and delisting are not minor hiccups. They represent a fundamental struggle for the company's existence in its current form. The primary risk is that the restructuring plan might not be sufficient to save the company, or that the market conditions, combined with the burden of debt, will prove insurmountable. The opportunity, however slim, lies in their ability to successfully navigate the bankruptcy process, cut costs, and emerge with a sustainable business model. But based on this filing and the surrounding context, the level of risk for any investor is extremely high. Alright, that is our breakdown of Spirit Aviation Holdings' latest filing. What is your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps. And subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.